Hey guys, Rich Boy Jhae here, back again with another video. Today we're going to be having a little late night crate build session. For those of you who were here earlier, sorry about that. Something came up like right as I was about to start the stream, so I had to go take care of that. But I'm back for good. Everything is fine, and I'm going to start working on the cave section. So here's kind of how tonight's going to go. I'm actually going to start on this square. I built a few squares earlier actually. So that's what this is, and then there's one sitting right next to it. And this is basically just going to kind of be the ground section of the caves. The reason I'm actually doing this right now and like not just later is because I'm actually going to be going to Legoland Star Wars Days this upcoming weekend in California. So I won't be here Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. So that means that I got to get the stream done today, and I'm actually hopefully going to get an update film tonight and then just release it on Sunday like the normal schedule is. The nice thing about it is I actually have done a little bit of work on the MOC this week, so you'll see more than what gets done right here on this stream for the update, so you'll definitely want to tune in for that. And I think that you guys are really going to like what is being done. It's, like I said, a pretty exciting time for the MOC. The rock work has been quite the process, but for the most part on that front section it's finished. The door is going to be worked on as well, and now we got some juicy caves to work on. So without further ado, guys, let's jump right into that. Tonight we can discuss many things. We can discuss the Solo movie. I guess it's fine to talk about spoilers now. So for you guys who haven't seen the movie, I don't know, maybe you want to tune out for this one because we're going to be talking Solo spoilers. Drink Tea says, so what happened the first time? I just had to take care of something. But yeah, it's all good. It's all good. What's up, BBP Studios? What's going on, Drink Tea? So also, one thing I kind of forgot to mention is I think what I'm going to do, initially the plan was to kind of go for an hour and then take a little break, then go for maybe another hour or so, and I was actually going to invite some guests on, primarily Drink Tea, because he's been avid fan of the channel, and I definitely wanted to have him on longer than the, I think, 6 minutes I gave him before. But instead, what I'm going to do, I think I'm probably going to go like 30-45 minutes, take a very short break, and then since Drink Tea is here, I wanted to confirm that first. I'll come back on, and then Drink Tea will be the guest for the evening, so he can give us the rap that he, I guess, wrote a while back, and I don't know, who knows what's going to go down. So what's going on, guys? We got Garrett in the chat. What's going on, Garrett? So I've been actually watching a lot of the Clone Wars lately. Most of you will know I am not the biggest prequel fan, but so the biggest thing for me is, like, I feel I have so many conversations with people, and they bring up stuff from the Clone Wars, and I'm just like, I don't remember that at all. So I'm trying to minimize the amount of times that happens, which means that I gotta watch more Clone Wars. So I'm getting through season 1 right now. I think I just finished, what episode did I just finish? I think I just finished episode 18, so I'm on like episode 19. But it's been pretty cool. It hasn't been amazing. The first few seasons of Clone Wars aren't the best of the show, but it is certainly some decent Star Wars action. Some of the stuff in it is just absolutely goofy, which I find pretty funny. But yeah, just trying to bolster my Star Wars knowledge. Hey, shout out to Garrett, says he just finished school. BBP says, I thought Solo was fantastic. That's the weird thing about Solo. And it's kind of sad, because I feel like because of the box office woes, a lot of people are going to have a negative impression about the general direction of Star Wars, and they're going to be, you know, like, oh, Disney's doing a bad job. But I feel like the general consensus around most people is that Solo has been pretty good. Like, most people like the movie, and I actually liked it too. I thought it was pretty good. I thought it was better than Rogue One. It had a lot more heart and soul to it than Rogue One did. The action sequences were pretty forgettable, I feel. Like, I thought the train heist would play a much bigger role than it did, which wasn't necessarily a bad thing, because the movie was meant to kind of build Solo, so it didn't need to kind of rely on over-the-top action sequences to do that. But the ones that we did get weren't amazing, I felt. But yeah, I thought it was a pretty good movie, and so now I'm actually going to start getting into spoiler stuff. So just to be very clear, guys, we are going to be discussing Solo: A Star Wars Story spoilers on the stream. If you're sensitive to those, turn the volume down, tune out, just beware. So, the thing that I hated about Solo, and there are very few things that I hate about Star Wars movies. A lot of people get really impassioned and furious about things that happen. If something annoys me, it's just kind of like whatever, I don't like that about the movie. But very rarely am I, this is just terrible. Like, why would they do that? And them putting Darth Maul in Solo just absolutely disappointed the heck out of me. Someone says, increase my voice. I'll increase the volume. Hopefully that should be a little bit better. And I was just not a fan of that at all. And I know a lot of people like Darth Maul. He's a very cool looking character. I will not deny it. But I feel that they've just milked the cow dry of Darth Maul. Like, how much more can you get out of one character? I understand that, he was very misused by George Lucas initially. But, why is George Lucas's response then just to, let's just put him in the Clone Wars. Let's keep him alive. Let's do all these things with him to keep him relevant. It's just if you really care this much about him, why didn't you just do it initially? Why didn't you just make him more important in the prequels? So, I don't know. It's just annoying, and I don't care for it at all. I feel like it's so out of place. It's anyone who saw that, it's just so jarring. It's just so goofy to me. And I mean, I think a lot of people kind of misconstrued what I was saying in my review. I'm not saying that it doesn't make sense. Obviously, Darth Maul is alive at that point. He's doing something. But to just kind of shoehorn him into this movie for no other reason than shock value, I don't agree with that. If Darth Maul had some unique characteristics that would help build the character of Han Solo, which I feel is the point of the movie, right? The movie should be to develop Han Solo. Then sure, I can understand, if this is someone who we can help tell the story of Solo, fine, add him into the movie. I have no problem with that. However, Darth Maul didn't do anything for Han Solo in the movie. He didn't contribute to Han Solo's arc. In fact, he doesn't even interact with Han Solo. So, I didn't like it at all. And it honestly annoyed me. Vesper Bad says, but it is the first cinematic showing of Maul, so the general population didn't know, and he ran several crime organizations during the Clone Wars. Okay, one, was not the first cinematic showing of Maul. The first cinematic showing of Maul was in Episode 1. And yeah, like I said, it's not that it doesn't make sense. Obviously he's alive, he's running crime organizations. I totally understand that. It is not illogical to think that he would be around and doing stuff like what happened in the movie. The problem I have with it is it didn't belong in that movie. That's my biggest problem with it. Like I said, the movie was meant to build Han Solo. It was not the Darth Maul movie. So if Darth Maul didn't have anything to contribute to Han Solo's arc other than for them to just surprise people, then that's a problem. That's a problem with the movie. And then I have a fundamental disagreement with bringing Darth Maul back. I feel that he's just been so overused. They literally could have put anyone there and it would have been better. I don't understand why Darth Maul has to come back once again. It's like they can't just get over this character. And it's not even that he's not even he's a compelling character. He just looked cool, and that's what's so silly to me. That would be the equivalent if they just kept and I guess they kind of did bring Boba Fett back multiple times because he was in Episode 2 and the Clone Wars, but he's not getting, prolonged arcs to himself. And that's what I feel like they're doing with Darth Maul. Darth Maul was not a compelling character in Episode 1. It just seems like they're trying to make up for the failures of him in Episode 1, and it's so silly to me. I just don't agree with it. But on a more positive note, Post Lamone says, what do you think about Beckett? Beckett was definitely my favorite new character in this Han Solo movie. I thought Beckett was great. I think a lot of people were saying that he wasn't very relevant, or he didn't have a giant role in the movie, but I don't agree with that. I thought that he, like I said, helped develop the character of Han Solo. He taught him things, and I thought that was good. You know, if you're gonna introduce these characters into the Han Solo movie, like, they should do things to help tell the arc of Han Solo that you want to tell. So that's fine. I thought Beckett was great. Merc the Gamer says, glad L337 is dead, honestly. I mean, I guess they're not really dead because they're part of the Falcon. So L3, by the virtue of the Han Solo movie, is now officially in every movie that the Falcon is in. So I don't know. That's something to think about. Seth Dunley says, got my original shuttle from 2001 today. Nah, man, it's all about that Imperial inspection. I didn't have that shuttle set, but I had the Imperial inspection set, and that thing was top-notch. BBP says, what do you think about when Han and Chewie met? I thought it was great. I was not a fan of Han Solo speaking Chewbacca's language. I find it the equivalent of, like, a person barking at a dog to communicate with him. I thought that was just silly. But other than that, I love the way that it happened. Seth Dunley says, I mean, it's like the same thing. No, it is not the same thing, my friend. Imperial inspection came with what? 4 of those... Is that the one that came with 4 of those printed, like, torso and leg printed stormtroopers? Came with Vader, Palpatine. I think it came with, like, 2 Royal Guards. And, like, an officer as well. Like, that set was just loaded with minifigures. Sawyer Howd says, I've been working on my own UCS scale Millenium Falcon. That is awesome. Tyler TNF says, have you seen the fan film of Boba Fett surviving the Sarlacc? And if so, do you agree that they should do that or leave him dead? Well, I guess the impression now, I think it's actually canon now that Boba Fett survived the Sarlacc, which is just whatever to me. Boba Fett's such a blasé character. Like, I don't care about Boba Fett. I think Jango Fett is a much better character than Boba Fett. Boba Fett was such a dweeb in the original trilogy. Like, he just stood around, and then, like, his rocket pack malfunctions and he flies into the Sarlacc. Like, it's so silly. Could you imagine if they killed any important character in Star Wars like that? So, I mean, Boba Fett's just, I mean, obviously he's a cool looking character, and that's why people even still care about him to this day. But for me, personally, it takes a lot more than a character looking cool for me to really care about him. Brickwood says, what part of the cave are you working on? I'm working on the ground, so I'm just building squares like this. You can kind of get the idea. Garrett says he just got the UCS Y-Wing. It sucks that I was missing pieces. Yeah, that was very annoying. It was so random, too. Like, it doesn't have to be very often. I was missing pieces, and I got a whole lot of extras of weird pieces. Like, I didn't really understand it. Actually, I'm going to be right back, guys. I got to go run and grab some parts. So, I'll be right back. Sawyer Howd says, do you think the Boba Fett movie would be cool if it was like a rival frenemy buddy cop movie where Han and Boba have to work together on a job for Jabba? I mean, I don't want to see another Han Solo movie. I guess no, I would not want to see that. Drink Tea says, you don't think you're going to be able to make the Hangouts call after the stream break? Okay, that's fine, man. I'll just have you on next time. I understand it's quite late, so no worries, bro. I'm definitely looking forward to having you on, though, so you better be ready next time. Someone said my thoughts on Kira. Kira was fine. She was just kind of there. It was whatever. Like, I didn't. Kira's not very memorable to me. Sawyer Howd says, I agree, but it seems kind of inevitable. Brickstuds Production says, did you like Lando and Solo? Yeah, I thought it was good. I thought Lando was pretty good. I wouldn't say he was my favorite part of the movie, like a lot of people are saying. I think Han was my favorite part of the movie, but yeah, Lando was fine. Galactic Brick says Padme or Kira. Oh god, I want to go with Kira. She has more emotions than Padme. Padme has like one emotion in the prequels, so I'll go with Kira. Well, most people have just one emotion in the prequels, but I guess by default, it's gonna have to be Kira. Seth Dunley says, can't wait to get Jabba's Palace over the summer. Are you talking about the most recent one or the first one? I never actually had that first Jabba's Palace set, which I actually would... I don't necessarily care to have the set, but I would like to have the... I guess the yellow Slave Leia comes in that, as well as EV-99, the droid, which I actually like. Drink Tea says, Padme's apartment or Cardi B. You know how much I love me some Padme's apartment, but Cardi B has my heart. I have not listened to nor watched This Is America. I am not a Childish Gambino fan. I have no interest in watching that. Post Lamone says, is there anything you have changed in the movie besides Darth Maul? I mean, am I allowed to say for it to not have been made? So that's the thing about Solo, right? I thought it was a fine movie. I feel that of all the Star Wars movies, it has the least repeat value. Like, I can't think of anything in the movie where I'm like, oh, I want to go see the movie just to see this scene again, or like I won't really imagine. I can't imagine myself just being like, oh, I want to go like watch that movie again. I feel like I watched the movie just to know what happened, and then after that, that's it. Like, it doesn't hold much weight, you know. Which I feel is kind of sad. Like, Star Wars movies shouldn't really be like that. Star Wars movies should, you know, build the lore and the mystique of the universe. Solo, well, you know, Solo was a good movie. I liked it. But, like I said, I feel like it has the least amount of repeat value of any Star Wars movie. Like, I feel like up until this point, like, you know, Force Awakens, Rogue One, Last Jedi, after I saw those movies, like, I remember getting out and just being like, oh, like, I need to go see it again. Like, there's so much stuff I missed. I want to see this scene, this scene, and this scene again. And I don't really get that impression with Solo. Solo, for me, was just more like, oh, like, I know the story now, and that's it. Like, I don't really need to go see more. Garrett says, the most recent Jabba's Palace was pretty controversial because it looked like a mosque. That was a very controversial set. Drink Tea says, Matt with the knowledge. Knowledge. What's up, Lego Bricks? Garrett says, what do you think about memes? Some of them are funny, some of them are not. What's up, Kid the Tigs? Drink Tea says, Jhae, how you so cool though? That's a good question. I think it's because I build Lego Star Wars MOCs. Yeah, that's probably it. So guys, I'm like super hyped. Tomorrow I'm going to Legoland Star Wars Days. It's going to be so great. I cannot wait. Then I get to see my good friend Brick Plumber and his large Hoth MOC. It's going to be pretty much, I guess, as finished as it's going to be, so can't wait to do that. I'm going to try to bring some, or not bring, I'm going to bring my ATM6, but I'm going to try to get a lot of footage there, show off some stuff, maybe even do a stream or two. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Andrew James 1 says, the best memes are from the prequels. A lot of people are just so in love with prequel memes. I mean, some of them are funny, but They don't redeem the prequels for me. I will say this, the prequels have the most lines or quotes that are unintentionally funny. Like the fact that the first spoken words that Obi-Wan recites about Anakin is, "Why do I have the feeling you've picked up yet another pathetic life form?" Like, that is hilarious to me. What's going on? The movie Psycho. Drink Tea says, the prequels are just weirdly planned out conversations. I don't know if I'd say they're weirdly planned out conversations, but there are a lot of conversations in the prequels. The prequels are just mostly people talking. Sitting down and talking. What a great Star Wars movie. I'm sorry, Seth. I'm sorry. Movie Psycho says, I'm doing the Star Wars live stream marathon soon. Do you mean you're just gonna, like, watch all the Star Wars movies? Or is there something specific you're referencing? Garrett says, and politics. Oh yeah, don't forget about those politics. Those trade negotiations. What's up, Lard Varer? Movie Psycho says, yes, while building a mock. That is great. I feel I don't really have too much time where I'm, like, building and watching Star Wars, but I need to start doing that more. Tyler TNF says, favorite prequel movie? My guess would be Episode 3. Yeah. By default, it has to be Episode 3. Drink tea. Says he's secretly Lorsan Tekka. He is Lorsan Tree. Says, what did you think about Han shooting first at the end of Solo? You know, the funny thing is when it happened, like, that didn't even come to mind that, like, oh, Han shot first. Like, I was just like, oh, he killed him. Like, I was just kind of expecting for it to happen. And then someone mentioned to me after the movie, I was like, oh yeah, I guess he did shoot first. So yeah, I don't know. It didn't really register to me that, like, that's what they were going for right there. Drink Tea says, when will the next stream be? It'll be sometime next week. Garrett says, on American Airlines, you can watch the original films, not the special editions. How is that even possible? I'm pretty sure... Is that really true? I don't believe that, honestly. Because I'm pretty sure those original, like, cuts of the movies aren't accessible to anyone at this point. Like, other than the original VHS tapes. I think George Lucas made that the case. But I don't know, maybe that's not the case. That's what I thought. What's up, Stinky Joe? Says, what was my favorite Solo set? Having seen the movie, I think I'm still going to go with the Kessel Run Falcon. That's the thing about the Kessel Run Falcon, and, like, the more I think about it, the more... Because a lot of people ask me, oh, are you going to make your UCS Falcon or your minifig scale Falcon the Kessel Run version, or are you going to, like, just make another one? And having seen the movie, like, there's really no point. Like, the Falcon doesn't even exist that way for most of the movie. Like... Very soon after you see the Falcon, like, it gets destroyed, and it more closely resembles what we see today. I mean, the dish flies off. It's like on fire on the inside, which I'm not really sure how I felt about. I wonder if there's, like, some sort of in canon explanation as to why, like, it caught fire after it'd been shot, like, on the inside of the ship. Because the Falcon has been shot at quite a lot, obviously, but it's never actually caught fire in the ship. Were the shields down? Is that why? Is there some canon explanation to that? I thought that was a little weird. I was like, why is it on fire? Why has this never happened before? Maybe one of Han's special modifications was to prevent that from happening, because that's obviously a big problem. Who knows? Galactic Brick says, I want to win the Castle Run Falcon from the new Rebel-led contest so badly. Seth Dunley says it did catch fire once. Is that when C-3PO was tied up in the wires? I don't think the Falcon ever was shot at and caught fire on the inside. Arch, you put it out. That wasn't more. I feel like that was more of like a malfunction on the inside of the ship, like something went wrong, like there was like a shortage of a fire. That wasn't like, oh, it got shot at and on the inside there was fire. Unless I'm just totally wrong. It says it was during the escape from the Death Star 1. Maybe you're right then. I could be totally wrong about this. Says go watch TIE Fighter attack again. I'll pull that up right now. I'm not gonna let you guys see it because that's a one-way ticket to demonetizationsville, but you could totally be right. I'm guessing it's A New Hope. I have it on my computer. My favorite scene from Solo was probably when they're escaping the Maw, and there's like that sequence where everyone's kind of working together to help them escape. See, that's like classic Star Wars to me. That's that scene was just great for me. Oh, I guess you guys can hear it. I want to talk over the 20th Century Fox until I can. Okay, there we go. Our computer's like lagging so bad right now because I have OBS open as well, but we're gonna get to the bottom of this. All right. All right, see you, Stinky Joe. All right, let's see this Falcon on fire. Said the escape from the Death Star 1. So, should be right after they leave. This is almost like unwatchable right now. Oh my god. If I'm not responding to chat, it's because I'm trying to find where the Falcon is on fire in episode 4. Nope, 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 nope. Nope, 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 nope. Alright. I just watched a TIE fighter blow up. Okay, I'm gonna see if I can find the scene on my phone. Drink Tea says, Jay, do you have the movies on your laptop? Yeah. I had to get digital versions of all of them because I travel a lot, obviously, so it's difficult to take stuff with me. Oh god, I thought I was searching Star Wars Death Star Escape, but I actually searched Lego Star Wars Death Star Escape. All right, here we go. TIE Fighter attack. Let's get to the bottom of this. Alright, here we go. We got something. So, TIE fighters shoot at the Falcon. Alright. There's like a semi-explosion that happened. Okay, so I just looked at it. So, yes, a fire does happen, but that it looks in episode 4, it looks more like a malfunction of something rather than like the laser like went through the hole and something caught fire. Like it gets shot and then like something sparks and then something sparks again and it catches fire that way. It's very different than what happens in the Solo movie. So I'm still kind of curious as to why. I mean, and there was like a very large fire in the Solo movie, and it didn't come from any wires or anything. So yeah, I thought that was weird. Andrew says, "Why do you think Solo is?" Oh, I'm guessing you're not talking to me because I do not think that at all. Very funny, Sawyer. Seth Dunley says, "I know Star Wars like the back of my hand." I mean, I can understand what you mean, but I would still say what happens in Solo is quite different than like the fires that break out in A New Hope. Like I said, the A New Hope fire is more of just like something like there's like a malfunction. Whereas in Solo, like, the entire floor catches on fire for some reason. Seemed like a bit much. American Collector says, rank Star Wars worst to best in your opinion. Alright. From worst to... I usually do best to worst, but I'll do worst to best. Let's see if I can actually get this right. So, worst movie is Episode 2. After that, Episode 1, Episode 3, Rogue One, Solo... I'm going to go with Jedi, Force Awakens, Last Jedi, 5, and then 6. I mean, 5 and then 4. Are you familiar with the Old Republic stories? I'm familiar with the stories from Knights of the Old Republic and Knights of the Old Republic 2, but not the Old Republic game. Kid the Take says, "What did you think about L3 and Solo?" I thought she was fine. She had a few funny moments. A lot of people are like really on the L3 hate bandwagon. And I don't really get. I feel like she's such a minor character. It's hard for me to be like, oh, like I hate this person. I feel like it's the new thing in Star Wars, like to pick a character from the movie that you just hate. Everyone's trying to make any character they don't like the next Jar Jar. There will never be another Jar Jar in Star Wars. No matter how much you dislike Rose. She is nothing compared to Jar Jar. Sire Howd says, "I like how the new anthology moves are solving multiple plot holes. Like, why is there a hole to blow it up? Now the only plot hole of Empire is why does Han say Han? Why does Lando say Han wrong? I mean, I wouldn't consider that a plot hole. He just pronounces his name different. Like, I'm sure you guys know people who pronounce your name a little differently than the way other people do. It's just some people just speak weird." Galactic Brick says, "L3 was decent. I only hate Rose with a passion. Rose is much worse than what? Okay, I would love to know why do you guys hate Rose so much? Like, what is Rose other than the kissing scene, which I will give people that was silly. Why do you guys actually hate Rose? What has she done that is worse than Jar Jar? What has she done that is more annoying or obnoxious than Jar Jar? Bro, you know I always got my L piece on me. I want to know if Matt has his L piece on him. What? Oh, I see. Says she was pretty useless character and kind of annoying. How is she useless? She, like, for one, she fuels Finn's arc. And she also is part of the reason that they were able to, like, find DJ. She was just symbolic of an uprising. What do you mean by that? Her dialogue is cringy. She acts like a stereotypical soccer mom. What? I truly don't even understand what you mean by that. Oh, L3. Okay, I got you. That is the most interesting description I've ever heard of Rose. She sounds like a soccer mom. Sawyer Howd says, I'm wondering how useful C-3PO was. C-3PO is... when is C-3PO actually? He's usually used as an interpreter. I guess he's most useful in Episode 6. He doesn't really do much in Episode 4. I guess other than he... I'm trying to think. Does he... No, because Luke can understand R2, so I don't even think C-3PO, like, translates... For when does C-3PO become most useful? The most useful thing I think he does is in Episode 6 when he's like talking to the Ewoks. Says Rose had a semi-important part, but I didn't like the way she was played. It just felt off to me. I mean, I guess. There's not enough there for me to agree or disagree with. It says, would you say Finn's story arc felt less important than Rey's in The Last Jedi? Yeah, and I wouldn't even say that's a bad thing because it should be, but his arc was less important than it should have been. Rey is the main character. She should always have the most important arc, but I wouldn't... My criticism of Finn's arc would not be that it's less important than Rey's. It would be that it was not important enough. Says, I wonder if they'll ever kill off R2 and C-3PO. I don't see a reason to do that. Jhae is cold like hot in my room. That's what's up. Actually, I don't know if that's what's up. Maybe that's actually bad. Finn and Eli's custom says, it was creepy how Rose was knocked out on The Last Jedi and Finn was like chilling over there, ignoring Rey as if Rose saved the day and taught him a lesson. What? I can tell if that's a joke or not. What's up, the action brick? Did I enjoy the Canto Bight side quest in The Last Jedi? Yeah, I thought it was fine. It was a little underwhelming. Like, I expected it to be more... I didn't want to say eventful. It just... The stakes didn't seem high enough. Now, if Rey does not end up with Finn, I am going to be an unhappy camper. Yes, you're getting some lag as in the stream is lagging. Let me... I know what I can do. So, I'm going to restart my computer because it's been on for a while. and then I will come like right back. So don't go anywhere, guys. So give me like a sec. My computer is actually lagging, so I think that's why. Give me 1 sec. I'll be right back.